get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments can pay for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Yo, what's going on, man? How everybody doing, man? What's the word? What y'all got going on this day, man? On this Wednesday, man? What's going on, man? I hope y'all staying out the way, because y'all know that's the count. Y'all know that's what we doing over here on this channel. Y'all know that's what we pushing. We pushing staying out the way. That's what we pushing, man. We trying to keep everybody out the way, keep everybody out these jails this summer, keep everybody on the right path, keep everybody mind making the right decisions. That's what we doing over here, man. So you want to join the family, man, you're more than welcome to pull up and come part of the team, man. You know, all you gotta do if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. And if you're new, you can go to the playlist and catch up on everything you ever missed. I got them bangers lined up for you, man. That's all you gotta do is simple instructions, man. Make sure you share, make sure you like, and make sure you hit that subscribe, man. Because we need the content to get around to everybody. We needed to get it around, y'all. We gotta grow it, because once we grow it, we're gonna show it. You feel me? We're gonna get it rolling. I got y'all, man, but appreciate everybody who turned me up these last couple days. I appreciate it, man. I gave y'all the chicken script story. I ain't think y'all was gonna like it, but y'all like it. Appreciate that, man. I rock with y'all for that, man. That's what we doing, man. We gonna turn up constantly, man. Like, sharing, and subscribing. That's the count, man. But let's get down to business. The story I got for y'all today is about Big Dana, man. And let me explain who Big Dana is, man. And I know that name sounds crazy, but I told y'all, like, it's a bunch of crazy stuff that you witness in prison. That's why I give y'all these stories, but y'all can be horrified and you don't want to come to jail, man. But I was actually locked up at 2 spots with somebody that name was Big Dana. Now, Big Dana was 6'8" at least. I would say 6'8", 6'6". I could be exaggerating at 6'8", but I know he was super tall. So I'm giving him 6'6", 6'5", 6'7", at the most, you know what I mean? But 350 pounds, and he was a wrecking ball machine, man. Like, he didn't play around. He didn't play games. He did what he wanted to do, and he also was a homosexual. Now, with him being a homosexual at that size, y'all gotta understand, that changes the game up, because usually in prison you will have homosexuals, but the homosexuals will be respectful enough not to pull up or push any type of crazy type of, you know what I mean, just disrespectful type of talk or anything disrespectful pertaining to homosexuality to another person that they know they might get their brain smashed in for, you know what I mean? So a homosexual is going to pick their poison. They're going to actually like the ones that likes them, and then try to like the ones that they know might like them in the dark. So they put their attention on that. The guys that they know that don't rock and don't mess around, they don't push no wreck. It ain't nothing going on. They not trying to disrespect nobody. That's how a lot of the homosexuals ran when I was locked up. You know what I mean? I don't know how it is now, but like usually a homosexual will usually have the respect not to push nothing crazy at you if they knew that you wasn't in that field. So boom. Now we dealing with somebody that's 6'8". I mean, not 6'8". He's 6'6", at least 6'8", but he about 6'6". You know what I mean? He's 350 pounds. He's a big, tall dude, and he's a homosexual. Now, when I first viewed Big Dana from leaving the jail, and I was super young, and when I got to receiving, I saw him, and he was in my block. He was in my block and receiving. I was in the green building, whatever the green building was at Deep Metals. That's what building I was in. So on the side I was on, he was in that pod. So when I first came into the pod, y'all, I ain't even gonna lie. Like, I walk in, I see somebody that looked like Godzilla. I ain't even gonna lie. Like, he put you in the impression of like a size of he like a Godzilla. You know, Godzilla was like big in the back and just tall, like, you know what I mean, wide. I was like, who is this? Like, and at first I didn't know he was a homosexual. You know what I mean? But he actually slept right in the bed right by the TV. Now, Deep Meadows is set up. They had 2 sides to a building. Now, each side carried about at least 80 inmates, and they had top and bottom bunks. Now, when you first come in through the gate into the pod, it was the booth right there, and it was the TV right there, and then that's when some beds will start right there, right beside the TV. And I was further down in the middle. This was my first time experiencing an open dorm. I told you I wasn't with that activity. Like, I hated open dorms, like especially like being in an open dorm with somebody like Big Dana. You know what I mean? Like, I did. That's why I'm horrified from open dorms. I never wanted to go to St. Bride's. And I told you, my peoples live in Chesapeake, and I still didn't want to come to St. Bride's because of being in the open dorms at Deep Meadows just gave me a bad taste in my mouth, and I never wanted to do it. But when I come in and I see this big dude, like, I seen him as soon as I came in. But like I said, he was sitting on the bed, and I couldn't tell that he was a homosexual at the time. But when I first walked into the gate of the pod, I seen it was a big, large dude sitting on the bed, the very first bed. He had bed 1. He was sitting on the very first bed right by the TV. So I walk by, you know what I mean? I spot him, but I'm not looking no more. You know what I mean? But because I see this dude, whoever this dude is, he's huge. I don't want to catch eye contact. Period. This dude is big. This is a big dude. So I go about my business. And I started seeing, now that I'm in the pod, I started noticing that he was gay. You know what I mean? Now, it's a couple of different type of gays. Now, if you're gay, you're gay. But at the same time, like in prison, it's like it's a little different slightly. And the reason why I say that is because you will have a person that actually like is gay and he acts like a woman, and then you will have the guys that likes the guys that act like women and they're gay. Then you will have somebody like Big Dana, somebody that's kind of like in between. So I couldn't figure it out because he was like in between. He was like in between. He was so huge. So I couldn't really tell if he was acting like a woman, but I could tell that he was gay. And the reason why I could tell he was gay because one day we was outside and I seen him talking through the fence to another homosexual that was in the buildings beside us. So I saw that. So like I say, I don't know if he's hollering. I don't know if they like girlfriends. I don't know. But all I know is I said this dude has to be a homosexual. You know what I mean? I figured it out. I was young, but still, I'm watching my surroundings. I'm seeing what's going on. So boom. Now, Big Dana was more like he'll get disrespectful at times. Like, and while I was at Deep Meadows, I never really witnessed him being extremely disrespectful, but I have seen him scream on dudes. Like he wouldn't have no problem, whatever the argument. If you man enough to get into an argument with that person, with Dana, Big Dana, he will go to far and beyond. Like he will push his size at people, and I have seen that. So boom, everybody in the pod kind of like is on eggshells because first of all they're mad that this guy's in the pod. Now everybody that's in the pod is actually on their way to prison. You know what I mean? So this is stuff you got to get used to anyway. This just is a different dynamic because you're dealing with someone that's the size of Godzilla. You know what I mean? He was huge, man. You know what I mean? He just was crazy, man. Like I remember one time we was outside and he was arguing with someone through the fence. And then another thing about Big Dana, y'all, like he had a different, like the police treated him differently. Like they let him do whatever he wanted to do. Like if he did get into an altercation, more than likely they're not handcuffing this man. You know what I mean? This man is too big. He was the biggest guy on the compound. You know what I mean? Like they never really like they'll straighten him if he do something crazy, but they wouldn't like try to lock him up. They wouldn't try to do this. Like it was several times I done seen him like he'll get in, and that's when I seen that he was more womanly as far as a homosexual. He was basically like a slide trying to be a woman because I seen him get to arguing with the CO lady one time, and when he get to arguing with her, he like, yeah, like he kind of like reading. Remember how you say back in the day they were reading the radio? He was reading. Big Dana was reading. Big Dana snap. He told that lady off, man. He called that lady so many names, and it sounded like how a woman would curse somebody out. So everybody just sitting back in the pod like, damn, like this is nuts. And I'm trying to like, I'm dealing with it. But I'm just staying out of his vicinity. You know what I mean? I don't want to be nowhere near where he's at a time. Like it was an open dorm joint. So like I never wanted to be in the bathroom the same time as him. I never wanted to be around him. I never wanted to be around him when we going to chow. I made it my business because the pod is so big, you know what I mean? It's a big open dorm. So like, I made it my business that I would do what I had to do, and I would time it around this big maniac because he was a big maniac. I'm telling you, so boom. Like I was telling y'all, he slept right in the bed beside the TV. Now, the TV is up high. His bed is down low. So every day, like and around this time, I ain't even gonna lie to y'all, like when I was in the jail, I used to try to watch a little TV here and there, but like I'm lost in the TV world from like 2000 all the way up to like 2003. That's when I kind of got back into TV mode. But now that we're here, they used to play movies. Now, Deep Metals used to play movies. I saw them playing movies first, like in the first part of my bid, before Sussers actually started playing movies. Deep Metals used to play movies. So not only did they used to play movies, they used to actually have they actually have the junk set up where you can just come watch TV sometimes. So you'll have dudes with their chairs, setting their chairs up. You'll have dudes like you'll have somebody like just everybody will stack their chairs up, like not stack their chairs up, but set their chairs up. Like you have dudes in there, the older dudes, they watch The Young and the Restless, The Bold and the Beautiful. They like watch the news. They like to watch this. They definitely gonna watch the movie. But either way, if you was gonna watch any type of television network, regardless if it was sports or soap operas, you was gonna have to put your chair kind of close to where the Godzilla slept at. And Big Dana slept right there. So like me, TV was out too. I was done. I didn't care about TV. I was on music. I didn't even have no TV. I didn't have a Walkman. I didn't have none of that because they didn't even have CD players yet. So I'm kind of like, it was a dude I was cool with. He used to let me listen to his Walkman sometime. And I'm just lost. Like, I'm just like basically like just fresh from jail and I'm trying to figure it out. Now I'm noticing that we do have a psycho in our pod that's a homosexual. Now I mean, like I'm on point about that because I don't want to ever have to get into it with this guy or have this guy disrespect me, because he was the type of person that he will, if he sees something he likes, he will look you up and down regardless if you was gay or straight. He will do whatever he wanted to do. So that was like the major disrespectful part of him that I used to see, that he used to just look at dudes however he wanted to look at dudes. Now normally, if a regular dude would look at somebody the way he used to look at somebody, it'd definitely be some problems. But now you're dealing with somebody that's the size of Godzilla. What are you gonna do? So it was like, it was like, you know what I mean? Like you just gotta play them different, because if you play the wrong way, you're gonna get tricked up. You know what I mean? Because you're gonna have to go all in if you get into it with him. You know what I mean? You're gonna have to do something drastic. You're gonna have to do everything because you don't want to get whooped by this person. You know what I mean? He was a homosexual. So getting beat up in prison by a homosexual is kind of like a super embarrassing thing. Like that's super embarrassing. Like I seen it happen a couple times, but like at the same time, like I never wanted to go through that. I never wanted to have that bone on me that happened. Nothing. It's nothing against homosexuals or nothing like that, because at the end of the day, they are men. But at the same time, I'm telling y'all how it is in prison. Like people look down on that. So boom. I can remember one time it was some dudes up there at the TV watching TV. You know what I mean? It was kind of morning time slightly, like, and the way that's set up, like it's no morning time sleeping for nobody. If you're a morning time sleeper, you're just someone that just loves to sleep, because there's no way you really can get rest because of what's going on. It's an open dorm, so when it's time for breakfast, people go to breakfast. If you don't want to go to breakfast, you can stay behind. But people are coming back to the building, and people are just all over the place. You know, people are gonna be doing this, doing that. The door gonna pop to go outside. There's gonna be boom, boom, boom. There's gonna be a lot of stuff going on. So if you're sleeping, that's just up to you. You just somebody that loves to sleep. So I can remember one time, it was an old head, man. I didn't know this dude. I didn't know nothing. You know what I mean? He had just came in a little bit after I'm coming in. You know what I mean? So now I'm like 2 weeks in. I only did like probably like 3 weeks and some change in that junk. Then they sent me to Sussex too. But this is like my second weekend. He came in a little bit after me. So I can tell he was somebody that done some time before. You know what I mean? He probably was like in his late 40s. But he actually was one of those dudes that like to watch the soap operas. So boom. He up as soon as he got there, he done got into the little crew. Now the other little crew that used to watch TV, they was just a little crew as far as like, I don't think Big Dana had no problems with them, because half of them was workers that actually worked in the pod. They swept up and cleaned, did the showers. They did a whole bunch of stuff. And I think Big Dana had a job too. So he never really had no problem with them, you know what I mean, watching TV and all that. And when I say have a problem, the man bed is right there. So if he gonna be a psychopath, he gonna have a reason, because he's big, he can fight, and he don't play games. So one day, the old head dude, he's watching the stories. Now, while he's watching the stories, and this wasn't even early, you know what I mean? This is probably like 12 o'clock now. He's watching the stories. Big Dana's in bed. They just did a count. Like they count like in the pod. Like it's an open dorm. So y'all, anybody been in an open dorm, y'all know how they count. Someone's counting over with, go back to doing what you're doing. So boom, everybody go back to doing what they're doing. The old head go watch TV. He's watching the soap operas. Big Dana looks back at him and says, "You better cut that TV down." And he looks at Big Dana and say, "Man, I ain't cutting nothing down, man. It's 12 o'clock. What are you doing sleeping?" Like he's trying to go back and forth. So now that caught everybody's attention because Big Dana voice loud. He got one of them loud voices, and we in the space. So everybody kind of like seeing what's going on, like, oh, and like I said, I ain't seen none of dudes, homeboys. I didn't know he was by himself. He was an older dude. So boom, Big Dana said, "You better cut that TV right now. I'll break that TV. I'll turn that TV into a fishbowl." And turning TVs into a fishbowl, that kind of comes from jail terms, because in jail, dudes will fight over the TV so much, y'all, that it'll just get to the point where someone will just black out and pour some water into the TV. And they call that turn the TV into a fishbowl. So Big Dana said that, "I'll turn this TV into a fishbowl. I don't care about that TV. Y'all care about this TV." So him and dude going back and forth. The CO coming in, "Y'all chill out." So we do have a floor officer. The floor officer coming in like, "Y'all chill out. Stop this arguing." Da, da, da. Big Dana get out. "Man, get out my way. Man, you better get away from this TV." Dude said, "I ain't going nowhere." Big Dana grabbed him, boom, grabbed him by his neck and just was choking him. The CO called the joint on the code. Police coming in. He's still choking him. He had at least a minute or two choking him like, and I'm sitting back looking like, oh my God. And he just looked so bigger than dude when he was choking him. He was like, his face like, he had the face like I was trying to kill him. The CO's coming in. They came in there with the mace. They said, "Let him go, Dana. Let him go, Dana. I'm telling you, I don't want to mace it." And he just boom. Man hit the ground. Big Dana hands is like this damn big, y'all. I told y'all the man 6'6", 6'7". Man, he choked the man out, man. I was looking like, God damn, I don't want no problems with this dude. He's homosexual and he's strong and he's a psycho. I'm like, no, I don't want no problems with him. From that day on, I didn't go by that TV. I didn't go by that damn TV. I ain't go nowhere near his ass, period. Boom. It was over with, man. They locked Big Dana up. He left. You know what I mean? He ended up leaving. Sooner or later, he ended up leaving. Right after that, I ended up leaving. So boom. Now, I'm at Sussex 2 now, y'all. I'm at Sussex 2. So this is like early in the beginning of my Sussex 2. I'll say this 03. I'm going to say this 03. I'm on the yard one day. And around this time, I'm telling y'all, they bringing people in from everywhere now. Like I told y'all, like they just started bringing a lot of people to Sussex 2 from a lot of prisons, a lot of receivings. You was coming to Sussex 2, especially if you wanted to be close to the Tidewater area. So they was bringing a lot of people in. So boom, one day I'm walking the yard, y'all. And I'm walking, and I just see some big dude, man. And what made me notice is that he, you know, they gave us the scrap shoes, and y'all can see it on my shorts if you don't know what I'm talking about. The shoes come with like 3 or 4 scraps, and we had the black and white ones. We had the black and white ones. You know what I mean? We all had the black and white ones. They were like some black and white scrap shoes. You know what I mean? Like I say, you can go look on my shorts if you want to see what I'm talking about. So we had the black and white ones. So as I'm walking the yard, I see somebody on the boulevard walking with like 3 other people. And they got a CO with them. But what made me notice is that this guy had the white strap shoes. Now, I never seen the white scrap shoes, but don't forget, Big Dana probably wear like a size 16 or something like that. So when I look, he got the white shoes on. That made him stick out. So when I look, I'm like, oh. I'm like, yo, I tell my man, I'm like, yo, man. I'm like, yo, that's dude I was at receiving with, man. Choke dude out, man. I was like, man, he was like, yeah, that's Big Dana. I don't want to say Big Dana was from Richmond. I can't remember. But he could be, you know what I mean? I don't know where he was from, man. Like, I never really really tried to get no information on that guy. All I know, he was big as Godzilla. He was a psycho, and I witnessed Maniac things. But I could be wrong, but I'm thinking he's from the R. But boom, I seen he's on the compound. I'm like, Lord, this big one. But you know, this is real prison right here. Like, this is real prison. This ain't Deep Metals. You know what I mean? Even though Deep Metals had dudes that was going to real prison, but we're actually in real prison. I done seen like the DC inmates up in there, you know what I mean? Now we transition into it like this is prison. So I'm like to the point now, like, you know what I mean? As long as he ain't around me, I don't give a damn. You know what I mean? So boom. the dude Big Dana, man, I don't know how, but they end up giving that guy a job in the kitchen. They gave that dude a job in the kitchen. I don't know how, I don't know why. They gave the man a job in the kitchen, man. The man is working in the kitchen, y'all. So boom, the whole time he's working in the kitchen, they'll have now, when it comes to going to the chow hall to eat, when you go to the chow hall to eat, in both of the chow halls, when you walk inside, there's always going to be an inmate that works in the kitchen. They're going to be the ones that cleans the tables after you leave real quick. You know what I mean? Pick up any trays. Like, that's their job. So they're going to be in the dining room with all the pods that come in there. So that was Big Dana's job. I don't know why they gave him that gig. I don't know why they gave him this gig. I don't know why they gave this man this gig, man. But it was his job. So he will be in there when we come to chow. So when we come to chow, it was this one young dude, man. I want to say he was from Roanoke, some down where, man. But he was a little light-skinned little dude. You know what I mean? Little fly little dude, you know what I mean? Keep his gear together type of little young boy. You know what I mean? And I was a young boy, but I'll say if I was like 19, 20, yeah, he probably was like the same age, but he just was like a little shorter. He gotta look younger. You know what I mean? But we probably the same age. But this dude, man, every time he's go to chow hall, you know what I mean? He'd be on his fly stuff. Now, you know, we only wear the scrubs, which is a pullover shirt, little V-neck shirt with the pants. You know what I mean? Just think of medical scrubs or something like that. That's what we wore. We wore burgundy. You know what I mean? And on Sussex, yeah, it started up as burgundy, yeah, so we wore burgundy. So it's hard to make that fly, but dudes that make it fly with the little scrap sneakers, you know what I mean? Like, dudes might have a thermal shirt up under the joint, you know what I mean? Dudes that try their hardest to look fly. I ain't got nothing to do with that. I was locked up. My fly days was over with, you hear me? So I was just focusing on doing time. But this little young dude, he used to always look fly. You could tell he was on still had the wave spinning. You know what I mean? Kept the do-rag on at all times, you know what I mean? We go somewhere where you gotta take the do-rag off. We take the do-rag off, on spinning game. He got the spinnerooskies, you know what I mean? So, boom, every time we used to go to chow hall, goddamn, you would hear him say, man, Dana, stop playing, man. Stop playing, Dana, man. What's wrong with you, man? But it'd be like a little, like, you know what I mean? Like, I never knew what Big Dana was saying to him, but it always used to be like it was an inside joke. I don't know what it was, you know what I mean? I don't know what it was. It was probably like a little inside joke, man. But the dude, Dana, man, Big Dana, he just used to be in there kind of like on his big bully. You know what I mean? Like, I seen him get to arguing with a dude one time, man, in my pod. Because when we went in there, he told the dude left. Some dudes would just leave their tray and slide. Like, I'm out of here. Big Dana tell him, man, you better come get this tray. I ain't no damn maid. Dude looked back like, what? Man. He waved him off and kept it moving. So when we came back to chow for dinner, because this happened at lunch, Big Dana pull up on that nigga. You hear me? He pull up on him. Big Dana wanted to know what's good. So him and dude in the corner talking, but this man right there, we're in the line, but they're kind of like side a little bit, you know what I mean? And they're talking. So I can hear dude like, yo, look, don't disrespect me. I ain't gonna disrespect you. Like, period. That's how we gonna carry it. You know what I mean? Big Dana like, yeah, all right. You know what I mean? All right. So, boom. Whoever this dude was, man, this dude had friends, you know what I mean? So now, Big Dana, even though he works in the kitchen every day, like on the weekends, you know, like on the afternoon, Friday or something like that, when we go outside, he would actually go outside. You know what I mean? He would go outside. So when he be on the yard, he would be kind of like on his majorly disrespectful stuff, man. Like I ain't even gonna lie, I had a homeboy, man. You know what I mean? And I ain't gonna lie, my man actually made me remember this when he told me about it. He was like, yo, I remember when Big Dana got down, you know what I mean? Was Jai looking like blowing kisses, you know what I mean? Looking at my homeboy Jai blowing kisses and stuff, man. Like, you know what I mean? He said, bro, snap, you know what I mean? He said, Big Dana come to the fence, like, man, what's up? I like you, what's good? Like, you know what I mean? So bro was like, what? So, boom. Big Dana actually happened to be in the pod with somebody that knew my peoples, you know what I mean? And everybody got that killed, man, because I was happy because it was gonna take. We would have had to join like the Spartans. We would have had to come together like the Spartans to kill that guy, man, or to get at that guy, man. Like, I was just happy it got resolved because I'm not trying to get involved, but he strictly disrespect my peoples though. Like, he disrespect my man. So like it was like inexcusable, kind of like what he was doing. So like all this stuff that Big Dana just been doing, it just adding up. But he's so big, man. I told you, I seen him. choked dude life. He almost choked the life out of dude. You hear me? He almost choked the life out of dude, man. So like, they said he done got the rumbling since he been there. I haven't seen it yet. So boom. With him going around disrespecting everybody, y'all. Now, the same dude that he got into it with, he's not in my pod no more. He's in another pod. So the word got on the compound, man, that they sick of that, man. They sick of that. I wanna say these dudes was from damn, man. They could have been from Petersburg, man. You know what I mean? They could have been from Petersburg, but the word that got out that they was sick, like dudes like, man, listen, I ain't scared of that dude. You know what I mean? Like, dudes might be scared of that dude. I ain't scared of that dude, man. Like, he got one more time to try to disrespect me in his own. You know what I mean? So, boom. The word got out that there's a little tension with them dudes and Big Dana. Now, I told y'all, they see him when they go to the chow hall. So it'd be like a different thing. So now that dude is not in the pod with us, I don't know what's going on, but it did catch my ear that there was a little smoke going on with them dudes and Big Dana. You know what I mean? So I'm like, damn, man, like, for real, man. I'm like, man, like, after he did that disrespectful jump to my homeboy, like, I was like, man, for real, like, man, dudes need to wash him up, man. I was like, cuz, for real, I was like, man, he gonna do that to the wrong person and someone gonna try to kill him. My homeboy was like, he better know what he doing when he try to kill him. I was like, yeah, you're right. Like, you can't go half-stepping. So it was like a no-win situation. You basically needed a gun, and you don't have guns in prison. You didn't, and I'm not promoting hurting somebody like that, but I'm telling you, like, if you're gonna get into it with this dude that's 6'6", 350 pounds, fat, solid weight, like, you better know what you're doing. I'm telling you, he's a man first, regardless if he's a homosexual. He know how to fight. He know how to defend himself. If you try to come at that man with a knife and you miss, you better know what you're doing, man. You better know what you're doing. I'm telling you, you better know what you're doing, because you will get seriously hurt if you go at that man and he takes that weapon from you, or you just don't know what you're doing, man. So I suggest, like, if anybody were to go up against him, they better know what the hell he was doing. So these dudes that he's into it with, like, I'm pretty sure they want no punks. Like, they was with the action too. Like, they didn't care. Like, this is one person. And I know that, like, someone can get mad enough to really think, like, this is only one person. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not scared of him. You know what I mean? So boom, it was tension for a while, probably for like 2-3 days, y'all. It was like tension for like 2-3 days. So now it gets back to me that Dana done snapped on the man Peoples, and now dude said he trying to see him, like he gonna see him. You know what I mean? Now I don't know if Dana knew this, Big Dana knew this, but the word has got out that dude said he's gonna get at Dana. You know what I mean? So boom, we got the yard one weekend. We on the yard. We on the yard, y'all. And everything is normal, you know what I mean? I'm on the basketball courts. Big Dana is on the big yard. And I guess the dude is on the big yard too, you know what I mean? He had to, I don't know if I can't remember what building he was in, but I know for a fact Big Dana was in one building. I want to say he was in one building, but so this dude had to been going on the yard one building around this time. So I'm on the courts, my building is on the courts, the big yard is in the middle, and Big Dana and them was on the jump. So I can see dude, I'm watching dude, you know what I mean? I'm watching the dude walking laps with his homeboy, but you can tell when it's type of like, you know what I mean? Like when it's tension in the air and it's gonna get crazy. You can tell when that's gonna happen. You can tell when it's gonna be crazy in prison. You can feel it. You can actually like just see it before it even happens. You will know it's gonna happen. Like he's walking laps with his homeboy around the big yard, and Big Dana's like way over there, like at the fence talking to some people, you know what I mean? And he's walking laps, you know what I mean? With his homeboy, as they walking laps, you'll see, you know what I mean? When he get close to Brown with Dana, they'll take like the little shortcut. Like they don't even want to walk, they don't want to walk that direction. But I can tell that he's pissed, and I can see it in his face. So my man like, they might get that Big Dana. I'm like, man, oh no. I was like, they better know what he's doing. They better know what they doing. I'm telling you, they better know what they doing, man. So boom. Dude walking laps. He go holler at his homeboys over there down the other side of the yard, which they was in 4 building. He go talk to them. He walks some more laps. Big Dana's still standing in the same spot. So now him and his man done broke off from each other. You know what I mean? Him and his man done broke off from each other. So now he's walking laps the regular way that he was walking. His man looked like he was talking to somebody kind of we was at the courts, and he's coming around this way. As they got to the part where Big Dana was at, Big Dana was kind of like close to the entrance of the big yard where the water cooler be at. So boom, it's like they try to corner him, and they was like coming like this, but it's only 2 of them. So dudes wasn't like, I was pinning everything, but after a while, like I just kind of like just went to get back doing what I was doing. But when fights happen in prison, especially when you're not like in the part of where the fights happen at, like when a fight happen in prison, it's like a quiet noise. So like you'll be talking to somebody, you'll be like, yeah, next thing you know, it's like, and I don't know why it's quiet like that, but when you finally like catch yourself, you see it's a situation. And that's how it was. I was talking to my man through the other court fence, and I'm talking to him, and then I read his eyes, then that's when the quietness hit me, and then I look back, and then I just see them strapping with Big Dana. They strapping. But dude got the hammer. Dude trying to get him. Big Dana got one dude, the other dude with one arm. The dude got the jump trying to get at him, but Big Dana's just throwing like the big giant punches. He's throwing big giant punches, still got his man. Man, this is my word. He caught that dude with one of them jumps. Boom. Knife went that away. That's my word. Big Dana just start pounding the other dude. Boom, boom, boom. Lift him up, slam him. Boom. Get him out of here. Next dude went to get him. Boom, boom. Man, this is my word, man. Police everywhere. Police coming from everywhere. Man, Big Dana pound those two dudes. Man, listen. He pounded these dudes out so crazy. I'm talking about so crazy, man. Like, it was wild, man, witnessing one dude pound these two dudes out like this, man. Like, but he was super disrespectful, man. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I was rooting for him to lose. I wanted him to lose, y'all. Like, I was tired of seeing his face. He was different. He wasn't like the other homosexuals that was on the compound that was respectable. You know what I mean? Like, he was just like a regular dude that was gay and he think he can do what he want. You know what I mean? So, boom, he pounded the dudes out, man. The police come in there, tell him, man, get down, Dana. Made him get down. They handcuff him. You know it take 2 handcuffs to cuff him. They cuff him up. Boom. Took him to the hole. Took the other dudes to the medical jump, man. I felt bad. Everybody sitting there looking like, God damn, this is crazy, man. Like, but this is the things that happens in prison, man. Like, I felt bad that those dudes got pounded out like that, man. But like that's why I told y'all, like, I was a little smarter in there, man. You gotta pick your battles, man. Like, this ain't about like, I don't care, I'm gonna be tough. I don't care, I'm gonna go at anybody. I don't care who this is. No, you can't be like that in prison, man. You gotta pick your battles, because I'm telling you, like, dudes can be like win, lose, or draw. As long as you go, that all matters. No, because when you lose, like, you get put in the losing bracket. Dudes think they can try more stuff with you. Dudes might try to take your stuff. Dudes might try to rob you. Dudes might try to buck on you. Anything like that. So you don't never want to be in the loser bracket. It's not a win, lose, or draw type of situation. When it be a win, lose, or draw situation in penitentiary, it's usually be when it's the home team going at each other. Then it's like that. And you still going to get put in the losing bracket. You know bro goddamn messed bro up the other day. And this can be the same home team, man. So like at the end of the day, man, like it's just wild. Like prison is just crazy. Like just witnessing crazy stuff like this, man. This dude was like, when you get into prison, you're gonna see all type of big people. You're gonna see giants. You're gonna see people that's 6'8". You're gonna see big fat dudes you never seen that big before. Like they the big fat criminals. Like you're gonna see all type of stuff in prison, man. Like this dude, Big Dana, was different, man. And he was disrespectful. You know what I mean? Like he choke a dude without ever receiving. And I witnessed him pound 2 dudes out on the big yard. Like, you know what I mean? I think that was his last draw right there. Man, they got Big Dana off the compound, man. They got Big Dana off that compound, man. And like, for real, when he got taken off that compound, I know everybody was happy, man, because like, I'm telling you, like, that was an accident waiting to happen, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, dude, I feel like Big Dana definitely disrespected those 2 dudes, but like, I felt like if they would have been a little bit more strategic, man, a little bit more smarter how they did that attack, it probably would have worked out in their favor. But the tables ended up getting turned on them, man, because they was thinking with their, you know what I mean? They was thinking with their hearts, man. Like they wasn't using their brains, man. Like this dude is huge, man. You got to know what you're doing. This isn't the streets. This isn't the streets where you think you can just run down on somebody with the guns and it's over with. No, you're gonna have to physically, with your bare hands, lay harm to this person. Now, if the guy is 6'6" and know what he's doing, how you gonna do that? You know what I mean? I'm not saying he can beat everybody, but all I know is he's a big guy, man. So like, you gotta know what you're doing, man. So look, the moral of the story is this, y'all. Like, You don't want to have to come to prison and have to experience these big giants, people that look like Godzilla, people that probably will hurt you. Like, you don't want to have to come to prison and experience none of this, man. Prison is filled with maniacs, y'all. Trust me, take my word for it, man. Like, they're filled with a bunch of people you'll never see in your life except prison. And if you're on a crash course, or if you're somebody that's out there getting in trouble, man, and if you come to prison, like, just remember, and I say this a lot, there's no guns in prison. You're gonna have to deal with people like this. You're gonna have to deal with people that might disrespect you. Like, it ain't gonna matter where you from. It ain't gonna matter who you know. Like, dudes are gonna do whatever they want in there. If they feel like being disrespectful, you're gonna have two options. You're gonna have to handle it, and you're gonna have to eat it. And those are the options that you're given in prison. So make the right decision, man. Like, all I tell y'all, not even go through this, just to stay out of prison. If you just do the right thing on the street, you don't have to come to prison and witness these crazy stories that I'm telling y'all. Like, because like I told y'all, this is years and years later. Just imagine how prison is in 2024. Do you want to deal with that, or you want to stay on the street with y'all family, man? I think I want to stay on the street with my family, man. I encourage y'all to do the same thing, man. But that's the end of the story, y'all, man. I thank y'all for watching, man. I had to give y'all that story of the Big Dana game, man. He was one of the big giants that I ran across that was a homosexual, man. It was different. It was a crazy experience. You know what I mean? I had to give y'all that, man. So appreciate everybody for watching. Like I say, man, keep turning me up. Like, sharing, and subscribe, gang, man. Y'all know how we do, man. Keep turning me up, man. Merch game, you know what I mean? I appreciate everybody who been grabbing it, man. My shirts are right there, y'all. It's right there on my homepage. Anybody that's a support Staying Out the Way trade, man, go grab your Staying Out the Way shirt, man, because staying out the way is the key to life. It is, man. So show me some love, man. And I appreciate everybody for rocking with me, man. Y'all stay y'all ass out the way.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments can pay for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes.